Hey, what's going on YouTube? Lionel here, and I have a fragrance review for you today. So, first I'm going to give you you know what? Let me tell you what I'm reviewing first, and then I'll go into like a little sidebar, a little rant, and then I'll get back to reviewing. Um, the review is going to revolve around this beauty here, and it is Copper Skies by Kerosene. Um, So let me get into the rant. I know you guys have probably seen um, or heard about, especially if you're on a fragrance guru nation, um, Brad's review on Copper Skies. So here's what I think, and his post review about integrity. So first, let me get on to the part of a review. Um, Here's my perspective. Here's my opinion, and you can agree to disagree. But here's my perspective. Number one, if you know a certain note is off-putting to you, and then you move forward in a review of a fragrance that is dominated by said note, to me, I think that's a unvaluable review. For example, if I don't like incense in a fragrance, if incense is one of the worst notes to me, if it's so appalling, if I don't like it, if it just disagrees with me, yet I go and I buy a fragrance like from Sonoma Scent, I think they have one pure incense or something like that, or if I go pursue incense oud from by Killian, and then I give it a negative review, well, to me that review is biased because I don't like the note. So there's no way that I can possibly like this fragrance because I hate that note. Um, so I don't understand, and that ties into the integrity perspective. I don't understand integrity when I don't like a note. Matter of fact, not only do I not like it, I think even Brad's review on Amber Fetish, or pronounced French, I don't know, fetish, I don't know. But it's Amber Fetish or Fetish Amber by Anit Gatal. He also gave a very negative review about it. Said it smells like something his grandmother would wear. Now, it's one of my favorite ambers. So it's odd to me that you would pursue a review about a fragrance that is dominated by a specific note, yet say you're having integrity in that review. My perspective now, I'm an amber fan, so if I go review a fragrance that has amber in it, and I give a negative review, then it's all subjective anyway. Yet at least you know that I'm not giving a negative review because I don't like the note. No, it's just I don't like the construction of the fragrance. So that's number one. I think I just have a serious problem with that, with that perspective, and then the post perspective of, I'm having integrity. Well, listen, if I don't like a fragrance, I don't like a fragrance. I personally don't know kerosene. I personally, you know, wouldn't aim or set out or premeditatedly hurt anyone's feelings. But if my review hurts kerosene's feelings, then fine. I mean, that's I review for the perspective of reviewing. But it almost seemed that if you gave this a favorable review, you was giving it a favorable review because it was kerosene, not because you like the fragrance. I personally don't like that. I personally find that insulting to my intelligence and my integrity. So you know, you know, to each his own. But I would totally disagree and almost dismiss that review. So on to the review. Um, Copper Skies. Copper Skies was created. Was it this year? I don't even know if it was it finally released this year in 2012. Yeah, you know what? Early this year, um, Kerosene released this. After I think a fairly positive reception of our root elements, which I also gave a positive, and I will review that one. But I also gave a positive review on. I liked it a lot. Creature I also enjoyed a lot. Very green, minty, quite a unique spring uh, um, construction to me. I like it. Again, I don't know you, Kerosene. I don't care. I've never gotten anything free from Kerosene. Actually, I paid for all my samples. I never even got the first one for free. Um, so, so far, I like everything, but I'm going to give a review of this one. So here we go. Created in 2012. This one is definitely a woody aromatic. I would even put it borderline oriental, but to each his own on that one. So woody aromatic is what it's listed as, and it does have some gourmand qualities to it. So there's a woody aromatic, I would argue maybe oriental with some gourmand qualities to it. Now, upon initial spray, um, what you get is a blast of cloves, um, and cloves, some sweetness, which is brought about by the beeswax. And when you look on Fragrantica, the um, the notes does not list coffee, but it dang near has the notes combined definitely gives you a nice little coffee vibe in the top. Um, real quick, I forgot I even mentioned the notes. Virginia cedar, beeswax, amber, cloves, and basil. Those are the notes. Um, and the basil is there maybe. I don't really get a lot of it. The tobacco is cloaked very well to my nose also, and so what I'm left with is a lot of amber, uh, some beeswax, honey type of fragrance, beeswax, amber, very sweet smoky amber, and the cedar is kind of giving it some depth, kind of giving it a woody vibe. So what I think, initial spray, you're going to get this coffee, sweet, amberish clove vibe. I mean, the cloves are it's almost the cloves that are in Muscovy Azure, very prominent here. About 5 minutes into the fragrance, you realize this is going to be in the vein of Ambre Sultan, sort of Amber Absolute, um, um, Ombre 114. It kind of has that vibe. The amber in it is very similar to those ambers. The cloves are still there, and as beeswax comes in, and it starts to get sweet, and it starts to get dense and almost shergy like. Now, again, it doesn't smell like shergy. It just has a vibe like a shergy. It's sweet, almost tobacco vanillish, almost. You know, honey sweet. Um, Blast of cloves, making it a bit more medicinal and herbal. Maybe that's the basils kind of giving it this herbal vibe. Um, and this smoky, sweet, dense, heavy amber. Some people I've seen said it's not heavy. This is a heavy amber. I mean, compared to Ombre 114, compared to Precious Amber, this amber is very, I mean, this is in the vein of Ombre Sultan. This is in the vein of Amber Absolute in its amberness. Not as smoky as Amber Absolute. Um, um, Not even as smoky as Amber Sultan can have sort of a smoky vibe. This one is not as smoky, and I think that's just because of the sweetness. If the tobacco was turned up, it would have definitely been smoky. It would have definitely give you the smoky amber vibe. But the tobacco was kind of calm, so it doesn't give you a lot of that. As this dries down, actually stays fairly linear. The cloves start to disappear a little bit, still giving it a tad, a tinge of medicinalness, but the amber dominates, and the honey dominates, and the cedar's there. And that's what you get from the duration of the scent. Now, longevity. Longevity is about all day. I sprayed it on. Somebody said 6 to 8 hours, no freaking way. I sprayed this on my skin, and it was there to the end of the night when I took the shower. My wife, I came in, put it on 7:30, didn't spray down anything else again. Got home, took off all my clothes, and it was still on my skin. My wife smelled me when she walked in the room. So the projection on the longevity on my skin is great. The projection is, I would call it a 5 for its category. It projects very nice cloud. I'm talking 3 feet, three feet in front of you. Anybody that passes you will smell you, will get a whiff. The silage is terrific. Got off the elevator, and my coworker said she smelled me. So uh, the sillage and the projection is great. The longevity is superb. Now let's talk about compliment factor. First day I wore this, I was from the sample. I bought 2 samples of this and a sample of Creature. I put it in a small little atomizer. First day I wore it, I got off the elevator. My first experience with somebody complimenting me was my coworker came to my office and said, "You're wearing some cologne that I like today. What is that?" So I explained it to her. Walking down the hall to a meeting, another coworker stops me and says, "Man, that smells great. What is that you're wearing?" Third coworker asked me where could she find it because she liked it a lot. Um, Now, it is considered a unisex, but I never got I would wear this from any of the females that I interacted with. I got 3 compliments the first day, wore it again and again, and this last time, and the last time I wore it again, that was from the boss. So the first one, after my uh, uh, sample wore out, we ended up splitting 2 bottles of this, um, and I wore it out of the bottle the last time. And again, same thing, tons of compliments. Um, very, very, very. Uh, Everyone around it really, really enjoyed it. Everybody gave me kind words, and even those who didn't give me kind words, I just kind of asked the fourth time to see what they thought about it. Said, "Oh yeah, I remember you wore that, about a week ago, or that smells like something you wore about a week ago, and I liked it. I just didn't say much about it." So I asked 3 unsolicited compliments. I asked 2 other people, and they both gave me compliments while smelling it to their nose, and my wife liked it. So that meant a lot for me because my wife is just so suspicious on stuff. Um, Overall, what do I give this fragrance? Um, you know what? It's hard to rate. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get away from ratings or not. I mean, I would personally buy this. So if I would have blind bought this, I would have absolutely adored it. And I would have been so satisfied with the purchase. Even at the $140, I think I paid it was 155, then it dropped to 140. Even at the 155 price point, I think this is a steal. I think it's better than Ombre Sultan. So with that said, Ombre Sultan is I think $120 for 50 mils. This is $150 for 100 mils. I think you're getting a better fragrance, in my perspective. Now, the difference with Ombre Sultan is maybe when it warms up, you can pull it off. This one, you would have to go with one spray because it does get a bit sweet, so I would see it in the summer as cloying. Um, Overall, I think Kerosene did an excellent job. Um, I would always keep this in my collection, I promise you. Um, Actually, I split it. Someone asked me for more. And that left me with 10 mils, and now I've swapped 2 people back for it. So now I'm getting 20 mils back. So that tells you how much I adore this fragrance. Again, think about what I said, in the preface of this review. I personally think if you don't like a fragrance, or if you don't like a note, or a note is very appalling to you or off-putting to you, I think you should avoid reviewing it. That's my perspective because you're not going to give it a fair review. Overall, this is a quality scent, very much niche quality, very much worth it at its price point of $150. Um, and I would definitely own this again. Great compliment factor, um, awesome, awesome fragrance, and Kerosene, you did a great job. So that's my review on Copper Skies. I greatly appreciate it. Bye.